The sun wasn't even up yet when I got the kind of knock that lets you know your day is about to go off the rails. 3 heavy raps, so sharp they rattled the doorframe. Not the friendly sort, but the kind that says, "Come out and take your punishment." I stumbled to the door in sweatpants, eyes gritty, and there they were, 3 members of our HOA board, lined up like some weird neighborhood tribunal, and right in the middle, radiating self-importance, stood Karen Lewis. She had that pinched look, chin up, clipboard hugged to her chest like she was about to knight someone with it. It was so early I half wondered if I was still dreaming. "Mr. Daniels," she started, sugarcoating her words in that way people do when they're about to make your life miserable, "you're in violation of HOA Code 14B. Unpaid landscaping fees." I blinked at her, still fighting off the urge to just close the door. 14 what? I mumbled, and she just smiled, this tight, triumphant little grin. "Your lawn is 2 inches over the limit. That's $20,000 in fines." At first, I honestly thought she was messing with me. Laughed, even, but those 2 security guys behind her weren't laughing. They shifted their weight, hands hovering just above their belts, like they were itching for a scene. "You have until noon to pay," Karen said. And then, I swear, she actually pointed straight past me at my wife, Emily, who just walked into the hall, rubbing sleep from her eyes. "Or she gets cuffed." Emily froze, the whole room turning icy in a split second. "Excuse me?" she asked, "Cool as you please." Karen's eyes narrowed, voice dropping. "HOA bylaws permit a citizen's arrest for unpaid dues after formal notice." I could feel my pulse spike. "That's not real," I snapped. "You're not the cops." Karen just tilted her head, looking way too pleased with herself. "Maybe not, but we have a contract with community security. They'll enforce it." One of the guards actually stepped closer, fingers brushing the zip ties on his belt, and I felt this cold anger bubbling up. But before I could say anything, Emily stepped forward, slow, deliberate, almost smiling. "Karen," she said, voice calm enough to chill your bones, "I suggest you think very carefully about your next move." Karen's grin didn't even flicker. "Oh, I have. Pay $20,000 now, or I give the order." Emily just smiled, slow and steady. "And you might want to think about who you're threatening to cuff." Karen's face twitched. "What's that supposed to mean?" Emily's phone buzzed. She glanced down, then locked eyes with Karen. "Because if you touch me, you'll be answering to my officers in about 3 minutes. Karen blinked. "Your officers?" Emily stepped in, so close the guards actually stepped back. "I'm the chief of police for this district, and you just threatened a law enforcement officer." Now, I'll never forget how fast those guards' faces changed, all the color gone, stepping away like they'd just realized they'd walked onto the wrong movie set. But Karen, she wasn't built to back down. "You're bluffing," she sneered. But Emily didn't say a word, just tapped her phone. And out in the distance, those sirens started, rising, getting sharper and louder until they were right outside. Karen's jaw clenched so tight. Enforcement officer. By the time the cruisers screeched up, the neighborhood was awake, curtains twitching, phones out. 2 uniformed cops stepped out, sharp-eyed, crisp. "Chief Daniels." One nodded at Emily. "Everything all right?" Karen went ghost white. "Chief." Emily flashed her badge. "These folks threatened to detain me unless I paid $20,000 for supposed violations." The officer's brow shot up. "Extortion under color of HOA enforcement." "Exactly," Emily replied. The guards melted away from Karen so fast you'd think she was radioactive. The older cop just shook his head. "Ma'am, unless you're sworn law enforcement, you have no authority to detain anyone." Karen tried to recover, voice wobbling, but Emily's phone buzzed again and she just said, "You've escalated this past neighborhood drama. You've made it criminal." The guards literally inched away, leaving Karen all alone. But here's the thing about people like her. She can't let go. "You can't arrest me. I was following the rules." Emily gave her a cool smile. "Then you can explain those rules down at the station." And just like that, the officer stepped forward and snapped handcuffs on her. Neighbors gawked through blinds. Someone whispered, "She's recording." And Karen, furious, hissed, "This isn't over." Emily just smiled. "You're right. It's just beginning." But if you thought she'd quit, you don't know Karen. Next morning, I found a letter on the porch. Notice of foreclosure proceedings. Now they were claiming $57,000 in fees. Emily just shook her head. Legally, she can't do this, but she's banking on you not knowing the law. Sure enough, that afternoon, one of Emily's detectives showed up. She's been calling the county, using her connections. The HOA's legal counsel is pushing emergency motions to seize your property. Emily just leaned back, arms folded, eyes hard. She wants to drag this into court, make it about paperwork, instead of crime. Isn't she scared of you? I asked. Emily just smirked. She thinks red tape will slow me down. Cue the next twist. A black sedan pulls up, guy in a suit steps out. Introduces himself as Robert Jenkins, HOA attorney. Unless you pay within 48 hours, the HOA will proceed with seizure. Emily doesn't even stand. Unless your client withdraws this notice, she'll face more charges. Jenkins swallows, gives a tight nod, scurries back to his car. Emily just mutters, she's been running this racket on others. Time to blow it wide open. By evening, our dining table is covered in paperwork, files, statements, photos, like a war room. Neighbors slip in, one by one. Mrs. Henderson, sweet lady, says, she fined me $5,000 for wind chimes. Mark, old Marine, says, she towed my car because my driveway needed repainting. Emily just takes notes, her eyes never missing a thing. Every detail matters, she tells us. We build a case. Airtight. No more intimidation. Next morning, Emily makes one call. By noon, unmarked cars pull up at HOA headquarters, plainclothes officers inside, walking out with boxes of files, computers. Karen's there, face red as a beet, shrieking about illegal searches, but the officer just hands her a warrant. Meanwhile, Emily's at City Hall, freezing all HOA bank accounts. Suddenly Karen's empire of threats has no money to back it up. But Emily isn't done. That night, she sends a formal notice. Emergency HOA meeting, all residents required. The community center is packed. Karen sits at the front, flanked by the last loyal board members, smirk barely holding. Emily walks to the mic with a thick folder. Tonight, she says, voice steady, we're reviewing documented abuses, financial misconduct, and threats committed by the current HOA leadership. She lays out evidence, emails, transfers, voice recordings. Karen jumps up, yelling slander. Emily just says, everything here is sworn testimony and under review by the prosecutor. The room goes dead quiet, and then it all breaks open. Karen tries to rally the room. You need me. Without me, property values will tank. Someone in the back shouts, without you, maybe we can breathe again. Laughter rolls through the crowd. Emily, cool as ever, faces Karen. You've abused your position, violated rights, and tried to extort my family. That's not leadership. That's criminal. Karen's face twists. You think you can take me down? I have friends. Emily just shrugs. Then your friends can visit you in jail. Cue the cinematic finish. The doors swing open. 2 uniformed officers walk in, badges gleaming. Karen Lewis, you are under arrest for multiple counts of extortion, fraud, and abuse of authority. Karen protests. It's a setup. But no one moves to help. The crowd watches as she's cuffed and taken out. Emily turns to the residents. A special election will be held. In 2 weeks, all fines are suspended. Full audit starts now. This neighborhood belongs to its people, not a tyrant. The applause is deafening. That night, we sat on the porch light glowing. The whole place finally feeling like home again. Did you always know she'd go this far? I asked. Emily just smiled, tired but satisfied. Bullies always do. The trick is being the one who finally says no. I laughed. Remind me never to cross you. She squeezed my hand. You're safe. But people like Karen, they should be very, very afraid. And honestly, that's how justice is supposed to work. But you tell me, if Karen had shown up at your door, would you have paid up or stood your ground? Drop your thoughts below. Was that justice, or did we just start a whole new war?